Are you a cat lover who loves the idea of owning your own cat cafe? Then this is the podcast for you. Join me, Angeli Rodriguez, owner of the Woody Whisker Cat Cafe and author of the book Drinks and Whiskers, as I walk you through my tips and tricks to help you open a successful cat cafe. Are you ready? Let's do this. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Drinks and Whiskers podcast, the place to be to get the inside scoop on what it's like to open and run a successful cat cafe. I'm your host, Angeli Rodriguez, and today we are answering a question from the Drinks and Whiskers Facebook page. This question was posted by Emily Harris, and Emily writes, "Would love to hear about the litter room and filtration system at Woody Whisker. Dander, cat hair, and odors are non-existent. Would also love to hear about how the move is going. Is it hard to relocate your business even though you are well established?" Thank you, Emily, for listening to the podcast and for the kind words about our cat cafe smelling nice. Okay, if you are in the US like me, your cat cafe is made up of two sides, the cafe side and the cat lounge. Keeping the cafe side smelling nice is pretty simple, especially if you sell coffee and bake delicious concoctions like cookies and cupcakes. If you don't bake every day, it's nice to have an essential oil diffuser to help mask any of the harsh cleaning chemicals you might have to use, like bleach. The only time we have issues on our on our cafe side, is if the city decides to inspect our grease trap, which smells horrible. We mitigate this smell by kindly requesting the city to inspect early in the morning if at all possible. This gives us a chance to air out the kitchen before we open for business. We also have stand-up fans in the cafe side to help circulate and disperse the bad-smelling air. This only happens about once a quarter, and our inspectors are really understanding about not leaving the grease trap open for any longer than necessary for them to look and make sure that it looks okay. Now for the cat side. If you're lucky enough to be building out your space, I highly recommend keeping the litter boxes in a separate room. Ventilating this area as much as possible is very important. Ideally, it would be great to have a window you could open to air out the space, but if you don't have any windows available and you can't build one, consider installing a commercial exhaust fan. It basically works like a bathroom fan where it sucks the bad smelling air out of the room and blows it outside. So the pros to having the cats, the exhaust fan is it helps control the smell. But the cons are that it's expensive and it does require a contractor, a licensed general contractor, to install. You may also consider having a small air purifier in the room with a HEPA filter to help filter out dust particles and cat hair. We have a Levoit air purifier for pets. It's a decent size, big enough to filter out all the dust and the cat hair, but small enough that it still fits in our tiny little room. We clean out the air filter every month and replace about every other month. If you can't have the litter boxes in a separate space, then you will need to have a rigorous cleaning protocol for scooping as soon as possible after a kitty poops. Consider getting an automatic litter box that will take care of the poop within 5 minutes if you or your team are not available to get to the litter box immediately. CatLink has a great litter box, the Scooper SE, that is very quiet and very aesthetic if it must be in your cat room. I'll include a link in the show notes below so that you can see the particular litter box that I'm talking about. And just a disclaimer, if you use the link, you get a discount, and we also get a little portion of the proceeds. So we do get a little bit of something if you do choose to use this litter box. Ideally, it would be great to have the cafe and cat lounge on separate AC units. It's a pretty pricey option, but it's the best way to keep your air completely clean. If you can't have two different air conditioning units, have a really good maintenance program. Make sure you clean your air filters monthly, clean any air ducts at least once a year, and have your AC unit cleaned to make sure that there's no mold or mildew in your fans. Otherwise, your team and your kitties may start getting sick. Ultimately, the best way to keep your cat side smelling clean is to have a well-planned, consistent cleaning process. I have a whole episode about how we clean our cat cafe and what products we use. It's season 3, episode 2, and I'll include a link in the show notes below. Finally, it doesn't hurt to have some cat-safe essential oils in your cat room. It really adds a nice touch to the room and a really pretty smell when people walk in, and we get a lot of compliments on the essential oils that we use. So now for Emily's second question about how is the move going? And is it hard to relocate your business even though you are well established? I have a one-word answer for how the move is going, and the word is slow. The move is going so slow. We started the process of looking for another space at the beginning of 2025. Initially, we wanted to lease, but St. Augustine is so small and specialized that there were no spaces available in our price range. So we decided to take the plunge and purchase a beautiful property. Purchasing a commercial property was a whole new world for us and definitely took a lot longer than we expected. The purchase was finally completed around mid-year, and now we are in the process of converting the space from an office to a cafe. Because we are converting, because we're converting the space, we do not get grandfathered into any of the prior rules. An added bonus, construction rules have changed in the last 5 years. So we have a whole new set of requirements to learn. Couple that with our initial contractor didn't work out. So we had to start the process of finding and negotiating the budget with a new contractor from scratch. So in summary, the move is going slow. And yes, it appears it is still hard to relocate, even though we are well established. But fear not, the Woody Whisker will persist and persevere and hopefully open our new location very soon. And there you have it, my recommendations for keeping your cat cafe smelling nice and clean, and an update on our move. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for listening, and until next time, how will you warm hearts with a drink and a whisker? Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the Drinks and Whiskers podcast. If you enjoyed it, please take a moment to like this episode, subscribe, and leave an honest review. If you want more information, you can purchase the Drinks and Whiskers book right now on Amazon.com, or you can reach me at Angeli@wittywhisker.com. Now it's time to get out there and start your cat cafe dream. How will you warm hearts with a drink and a whisker?